So, the best cases, where do they come from? Don't come from Google, don't come from pay-per-click, don't come from a lot of places, but they do come from referrals. Almost unanimously, if you ask any lawyer, say where your best cases come from, they say referrals, whether it's past clients or other lawyers, people in your community, etc. So how do you start building this referral base and this referral network and this strategic partnership network from scratch? Because we all have to start somewhere. And everybody started with zero, unless it was your daddy's business, unless it was your granddaddy's business and your great-granddaddy's business, in which case you did not start from scratch. But I believe the majority of the listeners, they have founded their business, they started from nothing, and they built it from the ground up, which I respect tremendously. But there's many ways to do it. So if you think about how do you build it from scratch, first and foremost, you got to put yourself out there. And whether you're an extroverted human being, probably much easier for you, or you're an introvert like me. A lot of people don't know that I'm an introvert. They're like, how can you be an introvert? You do this podcast, you speak on stage, you're speaking at workshops. And I'm like, yeah, guess how many people I get to talk to, right? It's like when you speak on stage, it's the safest place to be. You put me in a networking event, it's exhausting, man. I'm going to need a nap. I'm an introvert, not an extrovert. I'm the type of person where I get energy from being left alone and just restoring, right? I don't need to be the life of the party. No thanks. But you do have to put yourself out there if you want to start building a network and building strategic partnerships and referral partnerships, which means you probably got to get out of the house, which means you probably have to really put yourself in the right rooms. It comes down to, well, who are the types of partners and relationships that you want to have? And then where do those people meet? So you can go to local bar, state bar functions, but that may not be exactly what you're looking for. Maybe it's going to various legal conferences and seminars, maybe ones that are more business-minded, or maybe more trial conferences if you're trying to meet other trial lawyers. Absolutely. I mean, those are great ways to do it. There's also, there's the other route of just becoming really, really good at what it is that you do, specializing in a niche area and becoming an expert in that space and becoming a thought leader. So we recently did an episode on this, of someone who shares thoughts. Maybe you become the expert motorcycle accident lawyer or the expert trucking lawyer. Or maybe you know enough about or more about medical marijuana than anybody else. Or, and my favorite, animal law, where you're not representing the humans, you're representing the animals. Maybe you know more about that than anybody else. And as a result, you put a lot of content out. You put out vlogs and videos. Maybe you've got a TikTok. Maybe you put out blog posts. Maybe you conduct seminars, CLEs, workshops, webinars, podcasts. Maybe you write a book. You can do all sorts of things. Maybe you have just an email campaign, or you put out an email every single week that's interesting and valuable and insightful, and you start to be seen as the expert in a particular space. Now, people will call upon you when they have that particular need.